Hey, what's up, man? So today I got something super special for y'all, man. Once again, we got BBG Baby Joe back in the building. What's up, Baby Joe?
Whoa, what's that with?
Not much, man. It's been a little while since our last interview, and it made a huge splash, man. It was all over social media. I know you've seen that reaction. It was a lot going on. But since then, what you been up to?
Working, man. Working. Staying out the way.
Smart man, because man, you had just, in our last interview, you had just had your situation legally, and you had figured out how you're going to work that, and you were trying to make sure that you stayed on the straight and narrow so that way you don't go back to court or anything like that. You're saying everything's just been all work, huh?
Yeah. See, the league is all about how I move. So if I move good, everything will be smooth.
Now, what have you been working on lately?
I just, man, my partner just shot this video, when that was, I think the weekend. I got a session coming up. Really just been recording, bro. Writing and recording, man.
Now, this is a big question. Are you signed to a new deal, or are you going to be going independent doing your own thing?
No, I ain't signing no label. I don't work with the label no more.
Now, are you leaving that door open? Because, we talked last time about your deal, your first deal, and how things kind of broke up without you even understanding or knowing the process or being involved in the process. But this time, you're running the label yourself. Is it possible that you're going to link up and do the big label thing again one day?
Probably, yeah. I like the distribution of publishing deals. Like, I don't want to sign no major deal like that. While losing it too valuable, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a different game when people start getting older and they start signing their deals, you know what I mean? And you're still a young man by far. So I'm not saying that you're older. You're like right in the age where a lot of people sign their first deal, but you've been through it already. You understand how it works. So in your past experience, what do you think about like setting up your own label? And what is the process going for you?
Right now, my main focus, I think I really want like drop, like I really just want to put music out, like consistent. Like that I was doing my main thing. I never was consistent with music. Never was consistent. Just was always like something I just had on the back burner.
Okay. Now, do you think that the fact that you were inconsistent, but you had a huge machine behind you, pushing you, helped you to get through those heights that you got to?
Yeah, for sure.
So this is what people are going to want you to elaborate on a little bit is, could you tell us what it's like when you're signed to a major and you've got that machine behind you and you're just dropping, even if you're being inconsistent, but you're getting hits, you're really making an impact in the game, getting a lot of looks. How does that work? And what's the whole mechanics behind that machine?
But the machine is basically for them to recuperate their money. Like you signing a deal is just really basically a loan. It's a loan. If you don't recuperate that money, you get no more advances and nothing like that. So it's basically like a loan. So you working and pay that off what you sign. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
it go like, that's how it go.
Nah, that makes sense. But when it comes to like promotion, like when they promote you, how different is it than when you promote yourself?
When the label promotes you, you got all the different connections. Other than when you self-promote. You self-promoting, nigga might promote it on social media, on this Instagram, Twitter or something. The label, they gonna do, pressurize your interviews and set you up with this, that, and the third, and it's gonna be a rollout. As far as you doing it on your own, you probably ain't gonna put all that much effort into it. You just gonna post it in now and then. You mostly gonna post it on social media. Somebody who's self-promoting their own thing. A label is gonna, you down there hear it on the radio or something, like they gonna push it. You gonna have ads on YouTube. The machine is the main.
Yeah. Okay. Nah, that's some good info. Nah, that's a good. Now, you being a youngster going through that process, were you able to pick up some tips and traits that'll help you in your solo or your journey as far as being like an independent artist?
Yeah, I feel like everybody should learn from their first contract. Everyone should learn from that one. That's just the one that you sign up, put your foot in the door. I mean, not feet, put your foot in the door. That's what the first contract for.
Nah, I get it. Nah, that's good. So when you said that even during the time that you were signed to a major, you were inconsistent about when you were dropping, right? You're very honest about that. But in that situation where you're inconsistent, you're saying that the machine has so much power, it could mask that. It could just push you to the masses to where you dang near on the radio off of nothing almost, right?
I mean, yeah, it can, but you gotta drop though. Like I wouldn't drop it. Like I shoot a video every now and then, but I wouldn't like for somebody who had signed the record deal. I could honestly say I was not living up to the potential. I was more focused on playing. I was 18, so I was still on the side of still going to shows. So I'm still on the side of it. I'm trying to figure out how to maneuver through this. It was big at the time.
Okay, that's a good answer, man. Nah. So now you got the reins, man. You at the head of your label, you at the head of things. You're gonna be running it. So what is the first off, what is it, what's the name of your label? And then second off, do you have any other artists that are gonna be coming behind you?
See, I might do Wabu. I don't think I'm gonna do BBG because it got too much controversial with that. Like, you know what I mean? Like the name already carry its own negative, so I want to start fresh. I do Wabu, Young Bosses on Operation, something like that. I had already did something with Wabu anyway, so that's why I go with Wabu. Like that's what I'm gonna name.
Okay. Now what about other artists?
Yeah, I got some people that rap. Like people that rap, right? And like this stuff like that. Like I'm gonna push them and stuff. Like yeah, like I'm gonna try to actually like run a really label, like put everything, get everything situated how it's supposed to be situated. When all my people get on track like that, then we gonna roll out with it.
Okay, nah, I like it, man. You're at the place to be too, man, because right now it's really, really popping as far as the music scene and things are thriving. Now, since you're running things by yourself, you said it's mostly based on social media and stuff like that. Now, do you find yourself in the studio more or gravitating towards going live and trying to interact with fans on social media?
I don't really even go live no more like that. Like I pop out live at 90 when I want pop my stuff like that. But I don't really. I did the live when live first came out. I was on live every day arguing with people going up on live. I don't really go live no more. And I really just been writing, bro. Like just writing, like like if I be sitting down somewhere else ain't doing nothing, I just pull my phone out of it and write. Like I just been writing, bro.
Okay, so you're in your creative bag right now, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's the summit of my creative bag right now, bro.
Nah, that's a good place to be for artists. You know what I'm saying? I've dealt with artists in the past for a long time, man. And man, with you in your creative bag, that's some of the best stuff come out, right?
Yeah. Just nothing but turn the thing, man.
Now, the last time that we talked about some of your songs being out there on a whole bunch of different TV shows and all sorts of things. Were you able to see any of that?
No, man. See, that's another thing about the business. I don't even know how you even go on about anything like that. Like it's different. It's different than you could go knock on the door like, man, what up with the money you owe me? Like, like it's stuff. And with my contract, it's probably something in there that I looked over, I ain't paying attention to, and it probably caused me that. So I just don't know how to go about it with the situation. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, there's a big thing about the industry is, for a long time, there used to be an age barrier in rap. And people used to think that the age barrier in rap, where they sign mostly people who are 17, 18 or whatever, was a thing about, they just want young, new, fresh talent. No, it's just easier to get somebody to sign something and not really understand the ramifications of what they're signing at that age. That's why when you seen Jay-Z coming through in his 30s or whatever, he was just, he came in and it was already go time as far as getting the money, as far as being a boss, as far as understanding the business. So it's not odd, man. It's not a bad look or anything, but it's a question I had because, I'm a fan of the music industry as far as hip hop is concerned, and I like its history. And I see where those things can get missed. So what I saw after we dropped that interview is people in the comments like, yeah, his song was on Outer Banks and it was on something else. So I was like, oh, crazy, man. So I was just wondering, had you looked into that at all?
No, I ain't even gonna lie, I ain't looking into it, bro. Cause see, with the contract, bro, she like, all we focus on is the dollar sign. You feel me? We ain't really, in the labels listening to your music before they sign you, so they know you don't have nothing. They know you coming from nothing. So they gonna throw out a number, and 9 times out of 10, dudes really coming from private, partners really going to jail, partners really dying, so they taking it. You feel me? But in the long run, seeing like, damn, I really probably should have waited. You feel me? But what I say though, your first day is just be mistakes. You learn from your mistakes. I'm glad I signed mine early though. Like I was able to go. Early.
Exactly. And I mean, you signed it early, so then you're still young and you can go do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? But eventually, man, somebody's going to come knocking about your masters, right?
What, trying to get my masters?
Yeah. Like your masters, your masters. And
yeah, I ain't with that one ever. That's why I'm gonna sign. Cause in the long run, we see all artists are fighting to get their masters back. So it don't make sense. If you want the extra money right then and there, yeah, it'll work. But like in the long run, it's just like the drug game of going to school. You gonna ball for right now, or you gonna wait for the long, or wait it out for the long haul? You get what I'm saying? Like,
But I mean, also in 20 years from now or whatever, what about your masters? Like for the things that you've already done?
For the stuff that I signed with the label?
Yeah.
Oh, I got some of it, but like, they like, we'll have to go. Like, it's like, I got to split it with the label.
Okay. So do you do, and I hate to get into your books and tell me if I'm getting too far into your pockets, but do you receive royalties and things like that still?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Nice. Well, shoot, that's what's up. Now, also, man, I want to gravitate to this, man. Since we talking music industry, we can't not talk about one of the biggest names in hip hop that helped usher you into the game, which is NBA YoungBoy, and this tour that he's got going on. Now, have you seen this tour that NBA YoungBoy has coming up? And have you spoken to him or talked to anybody in regards to the tour?
No, I ain't spoken to nobody about the tour. But yeah, I seen them be lying if they say they didn't see them. You gotta be a lying mother.
And to be real, what did you think about? Now there's some not jokes going on social media, and not in a bad way. But a lot of people are like, a lot of the cities that he picked are some real cities. I'm talking about cities where it go down at. You know what I'm saying? You got all sorts of cities on there. You got Oakland, like he picked Oakland and Sacramento. And he had, for a second there, one of the guys who was headlining was EBK J-Bar, I want to say. Like, it's just some trenches, on that tour. What do you think was the motivation behind that?
Back outside, man. Just back outside. Back outside. Then you know what I mean? Dog, just be wrong. Go outside, go places, you know? Like, if they paying, you gonna show up. I ain't tripping about nothing like that.
Nah, I get it. But like the funny part about the tour, and I believe it's called Massa, right? So it's like, what do you think is the motivation behind that name? Is there something that we missing?
You remember when, I'm gonna put it like this, bro. Remember Trump came on with the Make America Great Again when he was going on his campaign to come back for president.
Yeah.
Did it be just coming? This is campaign right here. He keep coming back out.
They didn't even catch that. I guess you.
That's how I look at it. It's the same, basically the same thing, like, you know.
Okay, nah, that makes sense. I didn't put that connection together, man. And what did you think about Trump giving NBA YoungBoy a presidential pardon?
You know, every now and then Trump gonna be a real nigga. Every now and then he gonna do some real shit. He gonna do some shit. You gotta give him that. I think what he did with Larry Hoover too. That was major. Got him out the fear, the lockdown. That was major. He do it like that though to get our attention, so we could feel like he really. But he still taking them other races from out of here with ISIS. Don't be fooled by he do it on the side.
Nah, that's a very good point. So you feel like it's a kind of sleight of hand technique or a mirage or whatever. He's saying, look at this, bro. We got NBA YoungBoy presidential pardon. We got Larry Hoover presidential pardon, which was big because Larry Hoover was in that Colorado Supermax prison that's pretty much underground where it's almost not even like you living like a human being. It's horrible. So now he gets to at least be in prison in Chicago or in Illinois, which is a state prison.
He could socialize, man. You know, he got to be on a confinement all day.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. So I'm pretty sure that
Trump very strategic. He very strategic. He know how to get us black folks.
That is very true, man. You hit the nail on the head with that because that news, just based on the names, NBA YoungBoy and Larry Hoover, went all over.
We was happy as a mother. Oh man, it was turned up, boy. Then Trump always. Well, Trump doubled back and went to taking the Mexicans. He beefing with the other countries, boy. Boy.
That's true, man. That's true, man. It's a good mirage, man, for the time being. Because I guess he likes his black support that he does have, and he tries to, make sure that black people stay on his side for certain things. But then, like you said, immediately here come the ICE raids and all this craziness, man.
Yeah, he gonna do all type of this stuff. He playing with the Medicaid and the food's down. People you just gotta, that's what I be on, man. Like, I just be looking at the back. I just watch everything that go on in the back, not what they showing us in our face. I look past what they showing.
Nah, that's a good way to be because as far as like the things that are going on, I be like, I've been checking the news a lot lately. You know what I'm saying? It's like, my routine is I watch sports news, like Sports Center or whatever in the morning, or I should say First Take. But lately, because of all the things that have been going on, I like check the real news. Like, okay, what's going on out here? Because it's like, number one, you hear like, okay, so just yesterday, and I hate to date it, but just yesterday you hear that there was an attack on some U.S. bases in Qatar. Now, for people who don't know, Qatar is like an R&R base. It's like those bases are for like relax and rest and relaxation. Like those are places that people go when they're in between going to the Middle East and back and forth and all that, right? So those people usually are chilling. They're like by the beach. Qatar is a very rich country, amazing malls. And to hear an attack was theirs. It's crazy. It's crazy.
They bombed it?
Yeah, well, there was an attempt of 6 missiles shot.
Oh, you talking about when they had hit each other in the air?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I
they
seen it.
intercepted the attacks.
Yeah, I seen it. Ain't know they was finna hit us.
Nah, not here. It's in the country of Qatar. So over in the Middle East, like, over there by Dubai in the United Arab Emirates area. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's what we over there too?
Yeah, we have bases there. We have bases all over there.
See, we get too comfortable. That's why they could do that. I ain't know it's they had bases out there. I'm steady saying we. Ain't it a dormer?
Yes. No, well, you American, so it is we. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I get it. I get it. But man, so I said that to say that, man, do you find yourself also checking in with like the updates and the news and things like that more?
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, man, since we talked about that, I wanted to move on to another topic regarding NBA YoungBoy. Now, you went viral once again, Baby Joe, because of a video that you did in your car where you talked about the topic that we had in our other video, where people were asking about this $70,000 that you had allegedly taken from NBA YoungBoy. And this time you said you wanted to lay it all out on the line. You put it out there. You said that you did not take the money, that it was a situation where you were given the money and he probably or might have forgot. Could you explain exactly what you meant in that video and break it on down, Baby Joe?
Oh, see with that, like, my people really got on my ass around talking about this. So, but I told you I was gonna give you some good answers. But I'm trying to see. Come on, I really got phone calls for that. Like, my people wasn't really feeling me doing that at all. Like, like. But I don't know, man. Like, the shit it just had got to me. Like, like just steady seeing it. You feel me? I won't answer it, but my people told me to start speaking on this, bro. So
yeah, because okay, now I can say this part for you. Now in the video, you said that that you hadn't stole anything from any of your partners, that you never would take anything from any of your partners, and that it could have been a situation where it was given to you and forgotten because cats might have been not in a right state of mind at the time, and it might have been a situation like that, right?
Yeah, man. See, before my people call me, I would have explained. Nah, I really just don't. I don't care what narrative is wrong with. Like, the people could think what they want. My people, not people who I with and who know me, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do no. Like, if I knew the full story of everything, you feel what I'm saying, brother? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I tell my people ask me, I ran it with them, they're like, oh, really? That shit, brother. Like, I really don't think, like, just show it. Yo, not that shit.
Now, does any of this hurt your relationship with NBA YoungBoy?
I don't really, shit. I ain't, shit. It's, stealing is major. Like, that's major. That's major. So yeah, that's a hard jacket to wear. You feel me? Like, stealing rag and bars, that's 3 hard jackets to just put on. You feel me? I take before I steal.
Nah, I get it. With those three, like you said, somebody putting that on your name don't feel good. You know what I'm saying? It's like you want to retaliate immediately. So that's what prompted your response, is what you're saying, right?
Yeah, then coming from the streets, you value your name. Your name and your face card take you a long way in this world. You know what I'm saying? I gotta take you far, And I got let boys if I'm having kids, and they got to come up under that's Baby Joe chain and on my name blemished at all for them. Just for those little dudes that come up, they know, yeah, my daddy was an A1 man, so that at first I gave a netto. I don't give a
Nah, I get it, man. You just like, man, whoever's opinion is what it's gonna be, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, then my partner, my people had let me know, like you really responded to fan pages, like you tripping. Like, and I sit back and thought, like, like my people, like, I still get called people and holler at people, running with people, I choose not to call a lot of people because of the situation, and I feel like, if it was the other way around, I wouldn't have played that like that. Come on, man, this means. But hey, it is what it is, man. All love and prosperity to everybody, man.
That's a mature way of saying that, man. That let things be as they are. You know what I mean?
That's it. That's it right there. Basically, that's what we just gonna let it be, bro.
Now, you said some people had reached out to you and told you, man, had got on you. Are they people in both y'all camps that basically reached out to you and let it be known they didn't appreciate that video?
Hold on. I ain't say they didn't appreciate the video. It wasn't that, like, it was just like, no, it was just like, it was like my like, my people, like, I ain't just meaning by like my side. Like when I say my people, I mean like if I would you that my people, like I was getting calls, like, cause, but I did get a call from one of my childhood friends, that been cheating. And he let me know, like, just that, it's just too much talking. Like, I'm trying to explain myself for nothing. You feel me? And I was, that shit follow depths is other than to blogs. And no offense to you, I ain't saying you and that, but I'm saying like,
nah, no offense taken. I get it.
You know what I mean? Like that's who I'm responding to. Basically, like people who could repost it and like that. Like like my people ain't saying I stole. Like it's not walking up to me like you stole. Like no, I ain't getting it like that. Probably on the Instagram. That, but as far as person, I don't get those problems. I still get, man, let's take a picture and we'll do I need to fix, stuff like that. Excuse me, but like, but my people, they just, like, the shit did hurt me, brother. It did hurt my feelings, you feel what I'm saying? Like, like, we play cool, you feel what I'm saying? But, man.
Nah, I get it, man. Sometimes, man, you had a human moment. You had a moment where you couldn't play it off cool and you just said, forget it, man, I'm gonna let it.
Man, that's what it was, bro. That's what it was, bro.
It ain't nothing wrong with that, man. That's all good, man. That's all good. You know what I mean? We gonna leave that one alone. We gonna let that be what it be then.
Yeah.
Now, I gotta ask you about this as well, man. I did a video or an interview with a guy by the name of Unkle Bang. Now, Unkle Bang had some big memories of you as a youngster, man. Now, what do you think about Unkle Bang?
See, look, like, I don't know, like, see, my biological father, he died, it's like September 12th, I was born August 19th. I never met my biological father. So the man I call my daddy, he my little brother daddy, now his name BBG, So, I came up in the BR, and I came up in the Baton Rouge music scene, from the Jigger City, from the XP days to the bars to, I grew up in it, you could just say BBG, like, it'll show you, like, so I probably did, I don't know, he probably made me when I was younger. I know like me personally, like, white, I remember coming up with the Buddy White, bro. I probably did meet the man, but I don't remember personally, like, Like I say, my dad and he was a big local rapper. You know, he had went with the No Limit. Like, I see my dad be talking to the so you probably do know me. I don't know. I ain't gonna discredit a nigga like that, but I don't remember.
Now, Unkle Bang is an interesting character, and I like his take on a lot of things because he's a wild one, man. He's very, very, everything about him screams Baton Rouge, you know what I'm saying? And the fact that he's a white cat is, you know, it's wild, you know what I mean? Even though he's like Creole and all this other stuff, you know, it's wild to hear him. But when he came out with this diss song towards this rapper by the name of Maine Musik, my apologies, by the name of Maine Musik, it kind of turned things up, man. His page went viral. Everything was going crazy. When you seen that going on, when he dropped the song, what did you think about it?
You talking about with the little line he put in there?
Yeah, I'm talking about Maine Musik, like when he was talking about Maine Musik, like he was pretty much a complete Maine Musik diss.
When he said when he went in his buns and man, I don't know, you know, probably around that time I was a juvenile, man. I was juvenile. I was 17. I'm going on juvenile, but you know, I ain't like a couple. You know, they get f***ed over back there. A lot of niggas get f***ed over back there, man. You know, I was 17 and I had a couple rappers come back there and get f***ed over, you know, just whoop the mothers, you know. So I could believe it, you know. I don't mean like I could believe it, like I seen it, but like this that rack we talking about, like real life, you in jail, you know. You got cigarettes, mojo, anything, yeah, will go up your cheeks and get your pack. You know, if you ain't no well situated nigga, you feel what I'm saying? And you know what all people from back home, if you got any name, they gonna try you. They gonna try you because you know, and you're a rapper. You know, so he gonna get tried, you know, trying to see. You feel me? And he
Now, after you blew up as a rapper, was it you stopped? It was kind of like that's when you stopped doing as much time behind the bars, right? Like you didn't do any long stretches after that, right?
Man, I ain't, bro. My longest jail time, bro, was 9 months, bro. I don't go to jail, bro. Like, I wasn't the one who was infatuated with, man, I just did. No, I'm running, man. I'm trying to go home. I'm not trying to get caught. I don't want to go to jail. Man, that jail, man, I went. So my longest time was 9 months, brother. I ain't go over that, and I was not trying to go over that. You know, like, I got caught, you know, I got to do the time. I'm that type, you know, I get caught, I'm going to do my time. But as far as me just constantly going to jail, hell no.
Yeah, I always look at that with a side eye, man. Like, who in the world would want to go to jail that many times? But in your time, go ahead.
See, like, I could vouch for that right there, though. Don't be just trying to go to jail, but I be seeing niggas like, you go to jail, even don't try to. It's just some people, we just dumb. Like, we just dumb. Like, some niggas are just dumb. Like, we, you know, we value being a real. You feel me? You know what I learned? I'm at 25 years of living. His real are totally different. So we will never be able to be a real, and that's how we all go to jail. You know, we trying to still thug in the hood and still do this, still get, you know, go get you some legal guns. If you want to buy stolen guns for the same price you could put this in your name for, you know, but we was dumb. We, you know, I don't know, no gun in my name if I got it. That's how, you know, that's how we think. Well, our students is going to jail. All young go to jail federal. We going federal for guns. Them old dudes want to go federal for no guns, bro. We going federal for guns.
Yeah, I was talking to King Yella, and he made a good point about that. He said it's got the feds, because he recently got out the feds, and he said it's got the feds because if you get caught with a switch, it's a federal charge. a gun and you're not supposed to have one, it's a federal charge. The feds can pick it up. So it's got the feds overcrowded. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Like that's what it is right now. So long as we could get that out of our head, bro. We our biggest enemy out of damn it. Once you, but when you thugging and drugging though, no, ain't trying to hit it. I wasn't trying to hit it. You know, what a party set, man. You know, what a sir, give me some smoke, man. You ain't trying to hit all that. You know that? You know, you just sit back and stop getting high. You just be like, damn, I'm in the world. You know, you're like just tripping. I was feeling tripping out here. I was tripping, bro.
Yeah, those moments of clarity, man, when you clear your mind, that goes with anything too, like alcohol as well, like drinking alcohol. Once you clear all that out your mind and all that stuff, everything starts to become sharper and more clear. You start to see things like, you know, one thing I always say about, especially people who drink, they make a big deal out of small things. Like people start drunk, it'll start like a fight about nothing. It'll be literally nothing if they took the time to not be drunk and look at the situation. Same goes for anything, you know what I mean? And that could lead to a situation where people are going back and forth to jail or not. And in your time period there, you said that you've seen situations like the Maine situation where people was actually getting tested and allegedly folded in. Because I don't know, I ain't seen any official paperwork, anything saying that he, you know, somebody ended up really doing that to him, you know?
I ain't saying a went in your ass, brother. I ain't saying that. I ain't vouching with this. You feel me? But I'm just like, yeah, and then gonna test you. And I'm gonna say one more thing. I ain't never see it going no ass. I was on juvenile line. Brother, when we was in jail at 17, asses on juvenile line. Nigga lines, they said they was in jail with grown men. We were in jail with grown men, but isolated with kids. So I ain't seen none of that shit. You feel me? None of that shit.
And to be honest, outside of the feds, I heard it's not as common anymore. But you tell me, like, once you become an adult, well, as an adult, you really haven't been doing time like that, which is good. You know what I'm saying? That's great. So, man, I don't know. I just know that this beef spurred into another beef where it looked like Tech, his longtime rhyme partner, started going at him as well, man. So when you see Tech and Maine going at each other, what did you think?
That's just Baton Rouge. That's just Baton Rouge. That's down bad too, though. That's down bad. But I ain't saying down bad. I'm saying about how, like, you know, like how it playing out, like, you know, like, if I thought I was some of my partner, bro, I'd never expose some of their secrets, bro. Like, some shit is between us. You feel what I'm saying? Because I was with you. Y'all was with you, and I knew this. So that'll make me look bad too. You feel what I'm saying? That shit they got going on, they've been there. It's good now. They bit puppies. That's crazy.
Well, it came out of left field because remember, when Maine Musik came home from jail, or from prison, I should say, from the feds, he did the Say Cheese interview. He did the whole rollout where he talked to Birdman, he talked to everybody, BG. Everybody did all these big things for him. Then all of a sudden, Tech does the podcast where he basically says that Maine Musik was trying to mess with his sister, and it got messy. Like you said, it was business that we didn't know at the time and just recently came out only in the last couple of months, man. So it got ugly.
Well, we see what it is then. You try to this is that's why I never talk to I never with none of my partners, sister, but that's gonna ruin your friendship. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If you that type of nigga, you know, they got some type of nigga who don't get in there. You feel me? You know, I ain't got nothing to do with me. You know, at the end of the day, it's still dick. You know, you don't get it, dick business, you know. I don't ever do too much cursing. You don't get in private areas, business, but what I'm trying to say. Yeah. You feel me?
Nah, I get you. I
don't know, man. It probably like, that's been popular, though. For how that shit played out, that's that bit popular.
Yeah, because you seen as soon as the Unkle Bang dropped the wheelchair song, it started all double. But you know, Maine Musik went live, was going back and forth or whatnot, and then after all that, once the beef cooled down, Tech ends up getting arrested, man. Like that, the worst time possible, with all this light on him.
I seen the boy got arrested. I seen it.
Yeah, man. So we'll see how this plays out. But I got to ask because, and I hate to, I'm not going to put this on Baton Rouge, but this seems like a common thing in all rappers that come from the trenches, that come from the real. Happens in LA, it happens in Baton Rouge, it happens in Chicago, it happens in parts of New York and Atlanta. But when two people come up in the rap game together, it always seems to somehow turn them apart, man. Now, have you seen that yourself in the industry?
Okay, I seen it. Yeah, I'm watching it right now. I'm watching her phone right now. But nah, it's cause at the end of the day, with any situation, we alpha males. I know I'm an alpha. I feel like I'm the biggest. If I'm the mother smallest, I feel like I'm the big. That's how a man's supposed to feel. You feel what I'm saying? If you feel any lesser than that as a man, something wrong. So it's just two heads trying to be, everybody trying to be the big dog, and that's what our generation got it wrong at. We so focused on one nigga, like one nigga big dog and this that. So, people, then it's music, it's music that we doing here, so if it's 4 artists, everyone feel like they better than this one, they might not show it, but they arrogant a little bit, you can see it a little bit, and just with them two personally, lyrical wise, who the fans go choose, and probably putting a song better, they probably choose another one, you know what I mean? And it's like, read their comments, bro. Read their comments and look at their numbers, bro. If it is, I don't give a fuck if he making kid music, it's looking at this. Don't listen to no who say, he paying no attention to that cap.
Yeah, you and Rico Reckless are two of the people that keep it real about that. Man, people look at their comments, man. They act like they don't for the media and stuff like that. But everybody looks at their comments, everybody looks at their mentions, everybody looks at, now can it be overwhelming?
I ain't lying though. I don't look at my mentions because you gotta look at the mentions, they gotta see you in there. So that's where you can't watch. No, you can't look at that, they tell you. But comments like that, numbers on it, comment anything, bro. Me or just reading my comment. I might not read all that shit, but you can see that for sure, bro. For sure. And these girls see that. Right. That's Cameron. I seen it. So read it and feel pay, I've been doing this longer than this, but and it draws attention, It draws attention and, coming from we all so small, and if you put it out, it's gonna explode. You feel what I'm saying? And then it's the little people in the back. That's really who it mostly be, the people in the back. It never really be the two people you watching. People in the back.
Now, I wonder if this story, and this has been happening in hip hop forever now, man. I wonder if there ever be a time where people could just spot that, bravado is a big thing. Wanting to be number one is a big thing. But moving as a unit and as a team, there's plenty of examples of that just working for everybody in the music industry. I hate to use such an old example, but say like your Wu-Tang or your G-Unit or like Rockefeller when they first jumped off, the fact they brought that Cash Money is another good example. The fact that
I don't mean to cut you off, but see, them people who watch that were structured. You feel me? They come up watching rap a lot and like that, like they finish, they watch how they going, Now with my age group, like they say, back then, with the rappers, you had the trappers and now you got the users, That's how they separate it. Now, you know, and they was using it back then. It just they had the internet. You feel what I'm saying? Experience was big. Jiggling, that was a big time. Pass me some water so I can roll harder. They was popping pills too, bro. They were doing the same thing. They don't know what they were popping. Nigga don't even know what they popping in the experience. Just popping it. To roll all night. You feel me? It's just we publicized it, you know, like we letting it be known. I don't even know if I said that shit right, sir. But we letting it be known back then they rap about trapping, you know. Nigga rap about trapping, but still say he used it in the same sentence. I'm selling weed, I'm sipping syrup. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it is. You know what I mean?
Nah, that's true. And the structure argument you made is good because during that time, there was a structure. You knew you could have a label that was a sub label to, or, you know, or a minor label to a bigger label. You'd have your Rockefeller, which is attached to Def Jam. You'd have your Cash Money, which is a part of Universal. And you don't see that no more. You don't.
I mean, like, labels are not giving those deals out no more, bro. Right, like P and Birdman, they really hit big, bro. Like I still look at this and read it. Like, them dude really hit big, like.
Yeah, a 90-10, I think it was 80-20, 90-10, something like that.
Them dudes hit, and they from Louisiana. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's possible. You know what I mean? But then, you know, that's when they would shoot videos or video shoot down there $50 to $100. You know, nowadays, I could pay my homeboy to hold a camera and record this. And that's a video shoot right there. You don't need, you know, had different sets and scenes and what it's called, I think a format or something like.
Oh yeah. They would have, you talk about, they would have a format, a script, a whole.
Yeah, like when I was signed, that's all my video shoots was. Like, they had this they sending me everything, every scene, everything. I'm like, God damn, like. So, like, it was just different back then, you know. And now, people don't be making music, huh? Make a TikTok song, get famous, and that's all it is. It's a money grab, you know. Niggas not genuine with their music no more, right? They got a couple rappers, you know. Well, I be that why he big. I is, you know, he genuine with his music. Like, you know, this, I'm putting out what's really going on. Right? And they had that back then.
That's true. And to be honest, like a lot of those cats back in those days, like the 50 Cent days and the Jay-Z and all that, T.I., and then when they blew up Jeezy, number one, they, like you said, they were structured. Number two, there was a lot of focus on just mostly being an artist. And it was like, there was different levels to things, you know what I mean? So now, as you said, like there ain't no $1 million videos. Like, you know, you could pay somebody or not even pay somebody. Just have your homeboy videotape the video and then you guys edit it and it could come out and make a splash. It could do millions, right?
Like that's what it is nowadays, you know, and that's why the music is so like damn near watered down. You know, everything down there in America is damn near watered down. You feel me? Look at like our greats in sports, they're not even American, bro. Like we are becoming lazy as a mother.
Yeah. With the Thunder just winning the national championship, you had SGA. Definitely, he's from Canada. I think some other cats are from Canada. You're right, man. Like it's a different time as far as like work ethic and things. But do you think what leads to that? Do you think it's because it's so easy to do things now?
Yeah, like the way to get money is so easy. You feel me? Like I really like, you know, you really could just sit down and record yourself. Like they got people who really sit down and watch other people eat food and talk. That irritates the shit out of me. I can't even sit down to hear somebody chew. But they getting paid for that though. You feel me? I ain't knocking nobody else, you know. They getting paid, you know. Nowadays there's a lot of getting paid doing this. You know, back in the day, you had to get up and go, you know. Now I can just work at home and I set my phone from my house. You feel what I'm saying? It was good. Like, we had, like, nigga, mamas and daddies really used to leave the house and go work. You at home by yourself with your siblings. That shit ain't no over.
That's true. That's true, man. The barrier to entry used to be harder for music too. You had to actually go to studios. Like back in the day, most studios would be dual studios. It wasn't just hip hop studios. People would have to record at studios where they did country music or they did rock most of the time. They'd have to bring in their own engineer or pay extra.
You guys sell copies, hard copies. That string is way easier, And that's why I feel like a lot of older musicians don't really respect the younger generation. Cause we got strings, you feel me? We got different things to use to put it out there. But that, don't get me wrong, they do got some garbage-ass musicians out here. Who you do be like, what the That's really what made me start rapping again. Like, bro, this is ass. Like, I know I could do something better than this, you feel me? Even though I felt like I couldn't rap at first, but I started listening to the new dude, like, bro, I could rap better than that, bro. You feel me?
Definitely. Yeah, man. Yeah. I like that as a motivation too. Now, what do you think? That goes to one of the questions I had too, is what do you think about streaming? Like how big streaming has gotten?
Oh, streaming, man. I ain't lie. I love streaming, bro. I love streaming, bro. Are you talking about like, what we mean by streaming? Like recording or like music streams?
No, I mean like your DDGs, your Kai Sinets, those guys.
Man, that shit, that lovely, bro. I ain't like, that nigga Funny Mike, bro. During I watched that dude go to the, what it was, bro, the school thing they did, bro. The
Streamer University.
Man, I'm watching that nigga shit, bro. I'm like, boy, I love it, though. I'm like, man, that's that rack for you, man. That's how we used to go to school. With pills in the air, a binder, a little book sack with some cherry on there. If you ever like, Mike really showing me like, bro, like, people really just be want to see Baton Rouge. Like, I'm really starting to feel like, like, cause the side they only get like aggressive side. Like, I be trying to be like funny and shit. Like me personally, like, I don't like too gangsta ass, bro. Like, I'm gonna hang with some yeah, but like, everything. See, Mike, that nigga shit, bro, like.
Man, he really showed out at Streamer University, man. And the whole world was watching. And for him to steal the microwave and make them songs and stuff, that was hilarious, man.
That's Baton Rouge for you, bro. Like that's really, you feel me? Then, we really watched that dude come up, like, from a firecracker challenge, like, just doing dumb shit, like, that streaming shit did, but, like, that dude really, he got what he deserved, but dude been doing this 10 plus for facts, for show, 10 plus and making content. So streaming, I love it. It put him where he need to be at. You feel me? He need to be there. I feel like somebody from Baton Rouge should be in top of something, everything. You feel me? He doing his thing, man. I can't say Bandits did it no more. But he doing his thing. He doing this thing like that streaming shit is big, bro. He makes some real money off this.
Oh yeah, they're killing it, man. They're killing it. I don't know what the exact numbers are, but some of the official reports that come back on the streams and how much they're making, they're doing good, man. It's amazing, man, that a concept about watching people play video games and got to this.
Boy, look. These ain't signing no contracts. These niggas really ain't losing nothing. These niggas getting every... I don't know, bro. And we still gonna rap, make music. But these dudes getting all their money, bro. Y'all better look at this shit, bro. Y'all, we tripping, bro. Y'all here tripping. Rappers going to jail, bro. Rappers die, man. These streamers is living life, man. They filming everywhere they at. That ain't living. You don't know how many rappers wish they could just go live all day.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. And you tell me if I'm wrong about this, Baby Joe. But I was like, okay, DDG was on this stream, right? And it was going viral on
When
TikTok.
nigga gonna tear that up, I know where you going. Nigga gonna yo up.
He was in Hawaii, right?
Yeah.
He went to Hawaii and, he took some girls and stuff with him. And I'm thinking, like, are we paying, like, we're watching him, which is paying him to go on a trip to Hawaii, and he's going to make money off of us watching him. There ain't no losing in this, right?
Bro, I just seen BBG did something. I think he did a festival. Man, nigga got paid off Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and something else. He got, it was 5 screeners and he got paid off for one night by going live. Man, that dude making some money. That dude making some real paper.
That's crazy, man. That is crazy. When you really think about it, this whole streaming thing is a whole new concept. And then, like you said, they don't sign contracts like that. You know what I mean?
Now you eating, bro. Talking about really eating. I'll probably take the little taxes out there, but you eating.
I wanted to ask you about, was this post that you had made, or that Big AV, the video guy, had made, where he said he had appreciated your support through all this time or whatnot, man? Now, what was the significance in that post, man?
Big AV, bro. Yeah, I'm doing it again. Yo, bro, I'm not a, what did it say? Why he said controversial? That's how he said?
Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah, I'm not that, like, hard to say without claiming AB a Maine hater. With no disrespect to him, like, basically, like, I know I could. Damn, bro. AV, I ain't saying this no disrespect, bro, but I mean, like, with somebody like, like, I feel like, I ain't gonna say I know. That's disrespectful. I feel like I had a better win advantage over him. You feel me? So I ain't never, like, I encouraged the dude, bro. Well, the man, is he older than me, but like, like, I gotta say, I don't knock nobody getting their money, bro. You feel me? If you gonna lie, don't get caught lying, bro. Don't get up with the lie. But if it's getting you paid, go ahead with it, bro. Like, like, I with it, bro.
Now, I feel like I'm missing something here. What was the controversy behind it? And why did he go so, why were people talking about it, like, on the Reddit pages and things like that?
Cuz, bro, this one got a NBA piece made, girl. It don't got an NBA piece made. It's just, like, I done seen a couple people do that shit, though. I done seen a couple people actually come around and just go buy a fake ass NBA piece. I ain't saying this piece fake. I ain't saying that AV. You feel me? But like, people do like that. Like, I just think the way AV was doing it, like, like a junkie promoter type shit. Like, his name was just bad out there. You feel me? Like, he was over people and shit, I guess. That's all that I could see. And then on there, we just using the brand. Feel me? Like, he had his, what it is, big authentic or some shit. He had his own little shit, Like, he had the right approach. He just was doing it the NBA Big AV like that. Like, like, I guess that's where it came in and, but I with the little dude, bro. I mean, I with AV, bro. You feel me? Like, I ain't got no heart for the take his AV, bro. It's funny to me, bro. The me videos be funny. Like, I love the shit. Love when he go on that and I'm doing the state to state. You gotta love it, man. He promoting himself, right? He making some money, bro.
Nah, I get it. Nah, it makes sense. So regardless, you support him, even though, he been getting a lot of flack in the community lately, right?
Yeah, but he cameraman, bro. Y'all gotta get him in some slack, man. The cameraman, man. Yeah, cameraman.
Okay. Now, I kind of talked about this earlier, Baby Joe, but I wanted to see what your opinion is about this whole big deal that they're making of this DJU interview. Now, DJU recently interviewed D-Dog, and D-Dog seemed to try to make him hold the flag or whatnot, man. What did you think about that clip?
That's D-Dog. That's D-Dog for you, man. You don't know what you gonna give a D-Dog, man. I don't know what you gonna give a D-Dog.
Now, it played out wild on social media before the final clip dropped because DJU is famously from Chicago, right? And D-Dog, obviously 4K Trey NBA representative, you know, he had the green rag on him in the interview, tried to make DJU hold the rag and everything, man. It kind of blew up for a second there where people were like, man, could this start a whole situation? But it seemed like cooler heads prevailed. Now, when you seen that clip of him trying to make DJU hold that rag or tell him, what did you think?
Don't think he tried that and he grabbed it, brother. God damn, he grabbed it. That's what I'm saying, man. You don't know what you get from that dude there, bro. I don't know what you're gonna get, bro. If you don't know, you're gonna get shit like that. If you know, if you know, you ain't, you know, I love it. You don't know what you're gonna get from him.
Now, DJU is famously known as, you know, starting off his career as King Von's DJ. Now, do you think that played any part in it? And it looked like it ended peaceful. I'll say that, you know, without trying, you know, I ain't trying to clickbait it because, you know, people have seen how it ended. But do you think that led to people thinking that something bad could probably happen?
I don't really think so, you know, like, bro, as a DJ, you feel me? No offense, you say no offense or anything like that, nigga, extra sense. Bro, a DJ, like, you know, it ain't gonna go like that far. Yeah. I had watched the interview too, you know, I ain't know he was DJ, he did nothing like that, but like, I don't really think, man, you know what I'm saying? Like DJ, cameraman, you know, people like that, like,
they're there to do a job.
You, baby, yeah, that's what you getting paid for this shit, brother. Like, you ain't doing this shit because you know, you go grow a relationship, but you basically get paid. So he just doing the job. I don't think it on that far. He went down there, so it can't go that far. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep. Now, I get it. Now, here's another part of that question. Now, there's been a whole lot of hype about the fact that NBA YoungBoy is going to be doing his show in Chicago. You know, I recently talked to 051 Kiddo. I recently talked to a lot of different people to talk about it. And the general consensus, what people believe is, ain't nothing bad going to happen. You know, it's a concert, it's a show. Won't anything happen there, knock on wood. When you heard about the show in Chicago, what did you think, Baby Joe?
You know, shit, you know, despite what's going on, you know, and my brothers, you know, the big soldiers, you know, I wouldn't have with them if they wasn't soldiers. So they, you know, real stand-up individuals, you know. So, you know, really, but, you know, don't forget, bro, like, trying to go a long way nowadays. You feel what I'm saying? You can shoot a car, he down there and get $1 million or some shit. You feel what I'm saying? But it's just, I don't know. Something's going crazy, though. I feel like he gonna try or he gonna attempt to or make a post like, you know, but come on, bro. Seriously. Make sure you're gonna be at no nightclub, like. I ain't gonna do it like that, bro. I think you go like that. But, you know, it's entertainment. It shouldn't go like that.
Yeah, and like you said, it's at an arena.
Yo, it's too big. That's too big of a bag. You feel me? That's what people not understand. You feel what I'm saying? Like, big man. Right, that's the bag. That's the head right there. Like, you really thinking they gonna let you, like, But, you know, everybody's just like that these days. You understand?
Yeah. So your prediction is you think somebody might try to do some viral stuff or do some trolling, but nothing real like or really happen because let's be honest, the security gonna be looking at the security there. You know, the police are gonna be outside of there. It's gonna be blocks cordoned off for a huge like radius for you to walk to the venue and stuff. There's just not gonna be a possibility for anybody to do something crazy for real. You know what I mean?
It's some shit happening. There's gonna be some shit that they got going on out there already. I'm thinking about this shit going on.
All right. Well, Baby Joe, I only have like 2 questions, but one of them is a recent event that I just wanted to ask you about. And it was a situation involving a rapper by the name of Real Bleeder. Now, Real Bleeder ended up getting arrested because of a shooting a year ago where a woman was a casualty in a drive-by. Well, there was a shootout and she was a casualty. Now, this situation really turned the city upside down because this is a situation where somebody who was a hardworking teacher ended up, and she was a community, like involved in the community, ended up losing her life. Now, Real Bleeder is being accused with 3 other guys of being involved in the shootout that led to her losing her life. Did you see the situation? And if you did, man, what did you think about how this played out?
Yeah, I seen that shit. Listen, I seen that shit. Hey, man. I said it, and like I said with the other shit, man, that's just Baton Rouge, bro. That's just that rack for you, man. Like, you feel me? Like, I ain't saying he did that. He probably just purchased the hot gun. You feel what I'm saying? They go back to me saying, I would need to go to the stove and to the stores and get the firearm. He probably just had a bad gun. You feel me? Hopefully he just bought a bad gun. You feel me? Like, that's it. That's just what it is. And then I'm going to tell you like this, bro. To everybody in that mother. Man, once you get you a little name or something, man, you better move around, man. Man, the police coming, man. I'm coming. I don't know about nowhere else. I know in that rack, they coming. They ain't fucking with that, bro. They ain't. Once you get your name ready for you to go, just go. You feel me? Damn. That's big, that community active, like.
Yeah, she was super active in the community, man. So, rest in peace to her and condolences to her family and all that, right? But it's crazy, man. It's a crazy situation, man.
A lot of local rappers do that too, though. A lot of little local rappers start off like that, off of their body. That's bad, though. That's what. I ain't saying he did it, though. He probably ain't do this. If I just bought it back, can't get you a lawyer, you just bought it. Allegedly.
Gotcha. Now, also involved, well, not involved, but wrapped up in a lot of this story was a guy by the name of NBA Ben 10. Ben 10, his name has been thrown around in a lot of this because of the whole publicity behind the bleeders, True Bleeder, and all that's been going on, man. And he ended up losing somebody in this allegedly in this situation as well. Do you still communicate with Ben 10, or have you ever had any talks with him recently?
No. I don't be talking to nobody. I don't let cuz, though. I don't be talking to nobody, though. No, shit, what 10 name it be in that shit, though. No, I don't know.
Nah, I got you, man. We'll move on. And finally, I want to ask you a question here. Now, there was a story that was out there about the time that you guys had actually got arrested at this music video shoot back in 2020. And I was just going to ask you, man, what in the world happened that day? Well, not specifically what happened that day, but what was it like having a music video and then you guys end up in handcuffs?
I just went fast enough that day, bro. That's all I can say, like, nigga, like, That's what I mean. Like, you just can't win down there. You were doing chilling. The crazy thing is, I had just pulled up, bro, like 5 minutes. I wasn't in no video. I wasn't in. I had just pulled up. Helped everybody down, and the police hit the block.
It's crazy.
I think I really had my little boy too, though, so I really couldn't ring. You see me? But that's how that did.
Now, obviously, because rappers were involved, the story went viral, or excuse me, at that time it wasn't even viral. It went to the news, and the news put it out there and put everybody's mugshot. But what was the fallout from all that? I want to know. Like, did you catch a charge? Did you end up clearing things up? What happened to everybody who ended up getting locked up in that situation outside of NBA YoungBoy, who we know what carried on for him?
Man, they got some people, they got some time for this.
Really?
Shit, some people went to jail for this. Some people really got locked up for burning and I had skated free though. Like, I ain't get billed on that. I ain't get caught with that though. A lot of people ain't get caught with shit. You know, it's just the fact that you're a convicted fella. Then a lot of the guns was legal. They probably had 2 stolen guns. They said in the report a lot of that was legal. They just keep on saying how many guns it was, but that shit legal. Like, it doesn't matter how many guns, they legal. Like, you feel what I'm saying? We have the right to bear arms. Like, so like that was just Baton Rouge. We had what's called the Brave team.
Now explain that. What's the gray team?
No, the Brave.
Brave team. Okay. Explain what the Brave team is.
Brave team, they just like, they charges, all black charge. I mean, all white charges, the windows just tinted out. They just charges, bro. No police on that shit in it. But they got like, they basically got the right to do anything. Man, we gonna look them up, bro. They got some shit like they in jail right now. For the Brady case. Like they used to do fucked up shit. Like, you know, they made me shit myself before, bro. No lie, bro. People tased me till I shit on myself, bro. The same police. That's the one that arrested us. They in jail. They going to jail right now. I mean, not going to jail.
So how did they make you defecate on yourself?
He held that bitch. He held it. Like, he hit me and just held that motherfucker. Like, just was holding it.
Ah, so they sound like one of those teams that get built in a lot of police departments all across the country, like the Red Dogs they used to have in Atlanta. Like,
there you go. That's what it is, the Red Dog.
Okay, so that's what the Brave team is. Yeah, and you said they were just out there. They were beating people up.
They had to take people to this shit called the Brave Cave. Just going people's asses and shit.
Hey.
Like, yeah, they going to trial for this shit right now.
So they've actually been prosecuted for some of this.
Yeah, did that to a lady, bro.
What?
Did it to the lady. She went full throttle with it.
Crazy, man. So at that time, during that arrest, that was the Brave team right there too, huh?
That was Brave team, Brave team, City, and the LBI. The feds had came too. Man, them motherfuckers was all on top of the houses, under the houses. I'm like, that you gonna throw the gun on the roof? Like, y'all serious? Talking about we been detained. I'm like, I've been doing it too long. I'm finna go to Jing Hill. But he took us to jail, bro. That nigga, hey, I got everybody out though. He bonded everybody out. If you was able to burn it out, he burned you out, bro.
Oh, NBA YoungBoy?
Shit, we went to jail about 13, 14 deep. Like, we in it, like, man, that's crazy, man. He got everybody out. We could go home, though. A couple niggas had to stay, though. Fat black, free the judge. You know, I'm just had to stay in there. Had to stay there.
Now, was that the same situation where the police forced you to sign the deal, or is that a different situation?
Nah, that's, that was a different situation. When I on myself. That was when that around the time that it forced me to sign a deal.
Okay. That's crazy.
That's when they had put us out. They had really put us out Baton Rouge, bro. Like they would go with us. I'll be at they go. Cause I had a one. I had a one. It's just like he was like, just go. It's okay. As long as you're not down here, it's okay. Well, one night there, them people got my nerves. We told you don't come back down here, but damn.
So, God dang. So they just basically, it sounds like they just wanted y'all out of Baton Rouge, huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, once your name down there, you gotta go, bro. Like, they used to just pass by my grandma's house and just sit right there, like, all day, like, I used to tell me, we're gonna make you leave, or you gonna go to jail. I went to jail every month. I went to jail. That's the room, bro.
That's freaking crazy, going to jail every month.
Like, them bitches went on a roll.
So, and what we've seen is Kevin Gates leaves, Boosie leaves, even, Fredo, everybody leaves, once they get super big in Baton Rouge. You're saying once you get a certain level for those rappers coming up, it's just smart to leave?
Yeah, you gotta leave because it's either way. You gonna ride with the gun? 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be hot. You get pulled over, you gonna go to jail, right? Or you gonna leave that at home and your ass stop at a red light, they gonna have to go pump gas or go in the store and your ass get caught. Then switch your ass down. So it's either go to jail or die. Or I can move. I moved to another state. I can go do the same shit I was doing out there, but I do it in another state and they love me out here though. I ain't gotta worry about, that's gonna still be in it, cause like I say, we all alpha males, so it gonna try to beat all another man, that's just how life is, but in another state, you have to worry about that shit. Me can't wait till you nigga love how you come, oh man, you're in there, what do I? Back home, where you from? Oh yeah, chill, he this, he that, he. So you gotta leave, bro.
Yep. And Boosie went famous saying that. So you're saying that's true, man. Most rappers, they probably should leave their hometown once they blow up.
If you ain't seeing nobody seeing, we all watched it from Boosie, bro. Like, even though we from that rack, like, the whole world seen what happened with Boosie, though. Like, Boosie was really the prime example. I'm gonna stay in the hood. Look how the hood and everything reversed on Boo, bro. Look how the hood did. Like, come on, man. Cutthroat you. Get you out of here. Turn you heartless. You feel me? That's what, Boo in Atlanta, man. Man, yeah, he's living it up, man. Come on. I just had a pool party. The 30th pool. He's living it up, man. Go back down there, do the Boosie bag, make somebody ain't get the, and get back, make somebody get the. That's all it is, I be done like that much. I don't be about your back. I ain't lying. I don't give a f. Can't do that, but send me to jail and make me cry.
Nah. Wise words. Now, with that being said, Baby Joe, man, we've talked about a multitude of things today, man. And I love the fact that you were honest, upfront, and talked about a lot of the things that's going on out here as far as like these hot topics and things like that. But it wouldn't be right unless I gave you the floor to talk about all the projects, new songs, movies. If you got anything coming up in the future, Baby Joe, the floor is yours.
Yeah, man. I was gonna drop me a tape. I told y'all this man beginning next month. I reneged. I ain't gonna drop my tape, y'all some singers. I'm trying to drop my tape like this summer, cause like I want to build up some momentum and shit. You feel me? That's why I got this song out with my partner Draco Music called 556s. We just shot the video Saturday. You hear me? I wanted that to be like my me putting that out there, and then it's helping him get what he need going, you know, like, so like, I really got so I got some songs finna drop, and then I got some solo finna drop too. It just all work, man. I've been working, bro. Like, I really just been trying to, like, I really just feel like everybody left me, man, So I won't spare my wounds, like, like, it's time for me to just get right with myself, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm working, bro. I'm working. You feel me?
Nah, I get it, man. And man, we gonna be looking out, man, for 556 is the new song that's gonna be dropping soon?
The song out, bro. Yeah, man, just the video finna drop. The song out. You feel me? The song out. I think he distributed to somebody, I don't remember. Song out, yeah.
Nice, man. Well, Baby Joe, we gonna be looking out for everything that you got going in the future. Everything that you've done in the past, we're going to keep bumping. And it's been a pleasure having you out once again. And we out this thing.
Lord.